Is my voice is loud and clear? Done. So in today's class, we are moving on to the next topic. Okay. So before moving on to the next topic, in the previous class, we have done the steps involved and everything I have told you now. Now within the pandas, almost we have done everything. Only three functions are left within the entire pandas of base, whatever we are discussing here. And here I have shown you how to load the data, and everything, and how to connect the CSV files or how to connect the Excel file or something. Now, so here I have shown you everything. Just only two things are left. What are those two things? Let's see this one. Okay, we'll complete just in 5-10 minutes. From there, we'll move on to the next topic called as data cleaning using the pandas. Now, so just I'm going to import the pandas first. What are the pandas is there? Just I'm trying to import. And here I'm going to use the tips.csv file. What are the tips data set we are having? I'm just using the tips data set one more time. Now within the tips, we are having the columns like total bill, tip amount, gender, smoker, day, time, and size. Now, what are the unique values within the gender means male and female? Within the smoker, what are the unique values means SNOs? And within the day, what are the unique values means Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, and Friday? And within the time, dinner time, lunch, and size. So we are having the data like this. Now, here, as I've told you, three topics are pending now. In that, the first topic is called as filtering. So within the filtering, okay, yes, CSV files, read underscore CSV means comma separated files, only comma separated files, right? Now, filtering, what is meant by filtering means extracting the data based on the single condition or multiple conditions. So here, I'm going to extract the data. What are the data was there with me? I'm going to extract the data by using the condition. What is the condition means? I want to separate the data wherever the gender is equal to male. I want to separate the data. So for that, what I'm going to use means here df, within the df of gender equal to male. And once you write this one, it is going to give the output as true or false. But what is my requirement is not true or false. My requirement is I want the data. To get the data, what we have to write? Df of. Inside the df, we are going to write the condition inside the df. So here, uh, either you can take the data of this one, or for simple understanding purpose, okay, for easy understanding. Again, I'm saying guys, large data sets are used for practice purpose, and most of the students will be satisfied when you are working with the large data. They'll think that we are working in the company project or company data set. Obviously, the data will be large. But you are here, the one point you are missing is, what is that point is, to understand the large data or to work on the large data directly, first we have to understand the concepts very clearly. For understanding the concepts, we have to select the small data. Without selecting the small data directly, if you work on the large data, for example, let's take an example like this only. Here, tips data set, total how many records are there means 244 records. Now, if I execute this code and if I get the output, I'm going to get the multiple records. But how you know and how you can understand the concept? Okay. So here, for that reason, just I'm going to take one data set, something like this. In this data, okay, what are the Excel file is there? Just I'm trying to open the Excel. And here I'm creating one data set of my choice, some choice I'm creating. The one is called as age. The column name is age, like 22, 23, 30, 45. Okay. And 22, 90. And here I'm going to give the gender. Gender. Gender is male. And next one is also male. Some example only now. So I'm going to take here female. And three of the records are female. Or this one I'm going to consider as male. Okay. So now I'm having a small data set like this, and this data set, what are I'm having? Just I'm trying to rename this one as example. Okay. Now Here, I'm going to consider this example file, whatever I have created. Now, in this example, I'm going to add one more column related to text. That is like I'm going to write something like this: education. What are the education is there? Education, BTech. Okay, again, it is also BTech, and this is BTech, and this is BTech, and this is MBA and MBA. Okay, just I'm trying to take one small example like this. Let me load this data. What are the example I have created? I'm trying to include the data. Okay, I'm creating a new Jupyter notebook file separately. I'm creating a separate one, and here I'm going to import the pandas as PD. And after importing the pandas as PD, and here I'm going to use the pd dot read underscore Excel file. It is Excel now, so I'm using the Excel, and wherever this file is located, the properties, and I'm copying the this one path, and here I'm going to take the inverted course, and within that path along with the example dot Excel xx. This is the file with the extension, and I'm going to write here R. Yes, the same data was loaded here, and just I'm going to store in the df. df is equal to, and here I'm writing the df. Done. Now my requirement is what? I want the wherever the gender is equal to male. So here first I'm going to extract the column called as gender. This is column extraction, but my requirement is not column extraction wherever it is equal to male. So I'm writing here male. Okay. So wherever it is male, it is going to give the true or false, and which are the satisfies. So male is true, male is true, male is true, female is false, false, and true. So wherever I'm going to get, but my requirement is what? Records. I want the records which satisfies these conditions. Means male records has to be separated. I want the data separately like this. So now you are going to get the data. This is concept is called as filtering. So extracting the data based on the condition. Now you want the two conditions. Condition one is, first one is age. What are the age of the person is there? That is caps lock A, age, where the age is greater than 20 or greater than 24. The age should be greater than 24 at the same time, and the gender should be, what are the gender is there? The gender should be male. So gender. So two conditions. I require the two conditions. The first condition is this one, and second condition is this one. So two conditions I required, and that to end. It is end condition. So here end. What is meant by end means both the conditions. So now according to this, how many records satisfy my requirement means? So first record 22 with male, no. 23 with male, no. 30 with male, yes. So one record. 22 with female, no. 45 with female, no. 25 with male, yes. So two records. What are the two records miss? This record along with the this record. That is index name 2 and index name 5. These two satisfy my requirement. Now, if I write like this, it is going to throw the error. Since two conditions are there, I have to write the each condition in the parenthesis. So now wherever it is true, I'm going to get the index number name is 2 true and index 5 is true. But my requirement is what? Extract the data. So I'm writing like this and I'm extracting the data. So which are the conditions satisfies? Is that clear? So you can write the single condition. You can write the multiple conditions. This we call it as data extraction or data selection. We call it as, right? And filtering. Now, next concept is called as, now total. We are having here two columns. One is gender column is there and education column is there. Now, within the gender, what are the unique values? What are the unique values of gender miss? I'm going to have the gender. Within the gender, unique values. What are the unique values in the gender? When I observe the dot unique, I'm going to get the male and female. Similarly, when I observe the, okay, here education. For education, what are the unique values miss? BTech and MBA. Now my question is, within the male, how many BTech students are there? Within the male, how many MBA students are there? First, I want within the first I want the question, how many males are there? How to check how many males are there, miss? We are going to use the value counts. We are going to use the value counts. Total 4 males are there, females are 2. Out of 4 males, out of 4, how many of them are BTech? How many of them are MBA within the 4? That is the question. Now, in the 4 males, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 males are there. In these 4 males, how many of them are BTech and how many of them are MBA? Means 3 males are BTech and 1 is MBA. Similarly, females total how many are there? 2. In that, how many BTech, how many MBA? Means 1 is BTech, 1 is MBA. Here we are able to see this one, but I want the output like that. For that, we are going to use the function name is called as crosstab. The function name is called as crosstab. And within the crosstab, you are going to give the 2 columns. What are the 2 columns, miss? First one is gender column and second one is education column. Like this, you are going to provide the 2 input. Then it is going to give the within the female, how many BTechs are there, MBA are there. Within the male, how many BTechs are there, how many MBA are there. So here we are going to apply the crosstab. The function name is called as crosstab. Now tell me, what is the total of females? Total of females. Total of females means 1 plus 1, 2. What is the total of males? 4. Total how many BTech students are there, miss? You have to do the BTech 1 plus 3, 4 like this. MBA 2. That totals also I want. For getting the totals, we are going to use the margins is equal to true. Margins is equal to true means it will do the total. Total is nothing but 1 plus 1 this value, 3 plus 1 is this value. Horizontally, vertically. 2 sides you are going to do the sum. So here what are the sum I am going to apply now? Sum will be applied on the both the sides. Whenever I write here margins is equal to true. So plus 1 plus 2, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Similarly, 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. 1 plus 1 is equal to 4. Like this. Both the sides it is going to do. Horizontally it is going to do. At the same time, vertically also it is going to do the totals. Okay. Since I'm having the small data, I have explained for you very clearly what is meant by crosstab. Now in the crosstab, the rule is the 2 variables. What are the 2 columns you are selecting? Both of them should be categorical. Both of them should be categorical variables only. By applying the categorical variables only, you can apply the crosstab. Sir, instead of this one, if I take age column here, what happens? In the age column also, each unique value will be considered. Same way in the total bill, if you take multiple records will be there, multiple numbers will be there, a huge of size of you are going to get, which is having no use. In this class, how many people are having the age of less than 22? Raise your hand. How many your age is 22? Rise. How many age is 23? Rise. How many age is 24? How many people are age is 25? Asking this question is better. Or how many people are having less than 25? Or how many of them are more than 25? Which will have the more meaning for your understanding purpose? Asking individual student individual value, or you are having with the group of values, which is having the importance. For example, I'm asking in this class only, assume in this class only, how many of you are having the age of 22? For example, 2 students has raised. How many of you are having 23? Example, 10 students has raised. 24. Like this, for each and one number, if I get the number, what is the use? What is the use I will get with that? Instead of that, how many students are having the less than 25 age? How many students are having the more than 25 age? So here, we'll not focus on the individual value. We'll focus on the interval. So for which column interval is making sense na? Some columns will have which interval will make the sense. For example, let's take one more example. Marks of the students are there. Assume in this class 100 students are there. Now 100 students will have the different marks. I have conducted the subject for 100 marks test. Some students has got 72. Some students has got 73. Some students has got 74. Some students will get 75, 76, 77. Like that. Okay, some students may get 84. Some students may not get 83. No student is there exactly with 83. Okay, something like this. Now I'm asking in this class, how many of you have got the score of 70? 70 means exactly 70 only. Not even 71, 72 also. Exactly 70. How many have got exactly 71, 72, 73? Is there any use with that? No. Instead of that, how many has got less than 70? 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. Something if I ask, some interval, that is your choice. Not only 70 to 80 guys, even 70 to 90. Some interval, some interval. You are considering the interval and how many students are there in this interval. When you are observing like that, that makes the more sense. For example, sir, less than 70 is called as less than, whoever the student has got less than 70 is considered as failed. Whoever the student has got more than 70 is called as pass. More than or equal to this one pass, and this one is called as fail. Now, what is the meaning of this? 0 to 70 pass, 70 to 100, sorry, 0 to 70 is fail, and 70 to 100 is pass. Interval only na? Though you have written less than 70 means what? Minimum to 70. The meaning of less than 70 means minimum to 70. What are the minimum values there? Minimum value might be 0, the minimum value might be minus 20, the minimum value anything. Any number less than 70 means starting number to 70. What are the starting number is there in the given data? So that is the meaning of 70, less than 70. What is meaning of greater than 70? Greater than 70 means 72. What are the maximum values there? If the exam was conducted for 500 marks also, what are the number? Okay. So interval only. Basically, it is interval. So for some columns, interval will make sense. For some columns, okay, interval will not make sense. The columns which make interval sense, na? The columns which make the interval sense, those columns are called as continuous variables. Continuous. They are called as continuous variables. For single value, the column which makes the single individual value will make the sense, na? They are called as discrete. Interval is making sense means they are called as continuous variable. Individual value is making sense means individual value or single value is making sense means. Now tell me guys, male and female are there. How many of them are from male to female? It is making sense, huh? How many? Just ask the question, how many? No need of other question. Just you have to ask only one question called as how many. How many students are there in this class between male to female? It is making sense, huh? No, no. How many males are there? How many females are there? So individual values making sense means discrete. So all the text which are related to text, na, all the text will comes under discrete only. Points are clear? Now, so whichever the value, single value makes sense, they are called as discrete. Which one is making interval sense? That is called as, sir, sense means what, sir? For example, I will give the age of students in this class only. Students' age I have given. How you are going to observe? How many students with exactly 22? How many students? Again, I'm asking the question. Clearly understand the question. How many students? How many? With 22 age, with 23 age, with 24 age. You are going to check with individual value or you are going to check with 20 to 25, 25 to 30. Like this, you are going to check. Sir, how to check, sir? First, you observe for the given column, what is the minimum value? How to check the minimum value means first take the column name, and this is applied only on the number. Minimum, maximum, all these things are applied only on the numbers. Dot min. It is going to give the minimum value for that particular column. What is the minimum value? In your data, sir, for example, in the reality, 0 age also will be there. No, sir. That data is not there with you now. In your data set, what is the minimum value? In your data set, what is the maximum value? So 20 through 45, this is the range. Means you are having the data starting from 22 to 45. 22 to 45 means 22, 23, 24, something will be there. We don't know now. Sir, here only six values are there, no, sir. Here data is small. We are discussing the concept, but that concept we are discussing by taking the large amount of data, and in the coding part, we are explaining in the simple way. Point is clear, everyone. So the minimum age is 22. What is the maximum age? Miss 45. Assume 1,000 students are there in my class. 1,000 students. What is the minimum age of the student? Miss 22. What is the maximum age of the student? Miss 45. Something I'm having the data like this. Now in this data, 22, 23, 24, 25, like that, every number will be there. With one number, maybe one student will be available. Some cases, two students will be available. Some cases, 100 students also might be available. But number wise. Now tell me, you are going to observe between 22 to 45, individual value you are going to observe, or interval wise you are going to observe, means which one you are going to observe? Interval wise. So interval wise, when you are observing, think, sir, explain one more time, sir. See, this is minimum, this is maximum. How many students? How many students? 22, age of 22. How many? 23. How many? 24. How many? 25. Right, like that. How many? 22 to 25. 25 to 30. 30 to 40. Or more than 40. More than 40 means automatically 40 to 45 only, na? Maximum number only, na? So, this, which question is making sense for you? Which question is making? Write the two questions. Think now. Now, if I observe with 22, 5 students are there. With 23, 3 students are there. Now, if this is making sense or this one is making sense for you? Which one is making sense for you? Think the question in your mind. Write the two questions, that one and this one. Write both of them. Which one is making sense? That one, according to that, interval is making sense, miss. Then automatically we are going to use this continuous variable. They are called as continuous variables, right? So generally the continuous variables only will be the numbers. For text data, continuous concept is not there. So for example, I'm having like this, something like this. Let's take an education only. BTech, MTech, MBA, something, or MCA, something like this we are having. Okay, multiple values are there. How many of them are from BTech to MTech? From MTech to MBA, MTech, MBA to MCA will be there? Huh? Nothing will be there. That logic only will not be there. This logical question has to be applied only on the numerical data. Within the numerical data only this question will come. Is the point is clear, guys? Now, so within the numerical data, yesterday we have discussed. So in the, what are the different types of data we are having? Is first one is called as numerical. Second, I told you the text. And the third one I have told you is, what is the third one? Date. Date and time related to. Within the numerical, we are having the continuous. In the numerical only, continuous is available along with the count variable is available. Count. What is the difference between both of them is, which interval is making the sense is called as continuous variable. Individual value is making the sense is called as count variable. That count is nothing but discrete count. Discrete count. Where individual value will make the sense. Individual value. Obviously text. For text I told you already. What is the individual or continuous? I mean, interval will make sense. Individual value will make sense. For text means obviously individual value. So it is called as discrete categorical. Text we call it as discrete categorical. Numeric only we are having the two options. Within that, sir, discrete you are using two times, no, sir. Yes, discrete is applicable on the this way, this way. Okay, is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? That is data type wise. Variable type. What are the different types of columns we are having? Not data type wise, not from the Python point of view. This is general point of view. Yesterday, whatever we have written, data type, int, float, object, that is data types of Python. This is general. In general, what are the types of columns? Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone? Now, next. Understood or not? Right. Yes. Obviously, feedback also. How much, what is the feedback you are getting? The feedback, and here, everyone make a note of this one. Okay, different types of or types of variable. What are the types of variables we are having? Okay, before types of variables, to understand this one, here we have to understand one more. What are the structured data is there now? Structured data. Don't write simultaneously. Just wait. First understand. Structured data. What are the structured data is there? The structured data is of two types. The first one we call it as cross-sectional data. Second one we call it as time series data. Cross-sectional data and time series data, or which is also called as, this is called as non-sequential data, and this is called as sequential data. Okay, non-sequential data and sequential data. What is the difference between these two means? Okay, the difference is what are the data set you have received here. For example, let me open the one small example here. This is the data set. Now in this data set, what are the data you are having? If I bring this row into the first position, instead of keeping here, if I bring this one into the first position, is there any problem? Anyone? Any problem is there? Yes or no? If I bring this row into this position, if I change the order of the data, any problem? No. So when order is not important, it is called as non-sequential data or cross-sectional data. For example, now the same data set you are having. Okay. I'm having here some date column. In that date column, I have given here January 1st, 2025. Something you are having like this, and you are having the data like this. Now, including the date is there. Earlier data set without date. This data set consists of date. Now, if I bring this one now here, is there any problem? Yes. What is the problem? Generally, how after the this January 3rd, how 11th will come, after 11th, how 4th will come. Here, the order of the data is important or not important? It is important. If order of the data in the given data set order, the rows order is important, means it is called as sequential data. If order of the rows is not important, then it is called as non-sequential data. Order of rows is not important. Order of the rows is not important. Here, order of the rows is important. Just give me 1 minute. Right? So whenever the order of the rows is important, it is called as non-sequential data, which is also called as cross-sectional data. Just a minute, guys. So here order of the rows is not important and order of the rows are important. Order of the rows is important. Then it is called as non-sequential data and sequential data. Within the non-sequential data and sequential data, whatever it is. So here we are having the guys, can you hear me now? Now it is clear. Okay, done. So let's continue. So order of the rows is not important means it is called as non-sequential data. Order of the rows is important means it is called as sequential data. Now here, what are the data we are having? In this, we are having the different types of data. The first one is called as numerical data. And within the numerical data, we are having the first one. Within the numerical, again, the first one is called as continuous. Okay, numerical data is also called as quantitative. Okay, and the second one we are having is called as count. That is nothing but discrete count. Next, we are also having the next one is called as text data. Text data. And this text data we call it as qualitative. And in the qualitative, we are having the categorical, discrete categorical. Because individual value will make sense. Now, I'm going to draw the flow chart. Instead of writing simultaneously, again, please wait 2 minutes and then you can write. What are the data we are having? The data, first one is quantitative and second one is qualitative. And within the quantitative, you are having the two types. One is called as continuous and the second one is called as count. And within the qualitative, that is nothing but categorical data. Within the categorical, again, we are having the two types. The first one is called as, within the categorical, we are having the two types. What are the categorical two types means? The first one is called as nominal. Nominal. And the second one is called as ordinal. These are the two. So here we are having the nominal and ordinal. Now, this is one way of flow chart. We are also having the second way of flow chart. And please don't write. Again, observe. If you whichever the flow chart you are interested, you can choose. So one is continuous. Second one is discrete. And within the discrete, count and categorical. And in the categorical, two types, nominal, ordinal. Okay, out of these two flowcharts, whichever you are interested, you can choose. Now, so here first I want to explain in a simple way. First, we are having the numerical data. The numerical data is called as quantitative. Quantitative data. In the quantitative, which is in the number format, two types will be available. What are the two types? Continuous and count. Two. What is difference between these two? What is the difference means? Interval makes sense. what are the values are there if interval of the values, if you consider interval of the values or individual value. If individual value is making sense means we call it as count variable. If interval is making sense means we call it as continuous. Coming to the count, what are the count is there? The count is called as discrete. Okay, so in the discrete, you are having the number is there, text also is available. Is there clear? And generally, what are the continuous is there? Continuous variables, all the float. How many float values are there? Every float value is the part of continuous only. A column can have the float values means it is continuous. Blindly it is continuous. It cannot be count variable. So individual value is making sense means it is called as count variable. Interval is making sense means it is called as continuous. And all float values, any column consist of, what are the column consist of? Float values. A column consists of float values. Blindly that column comes under continuous with no doubt. Okay. Now when I'm saying like this, some of the students are getting confused. What they are thinking is only the float values are continuous, int values are called as count. They are thinking in this way. No, that is not the point. Okay. Here slight confusion is there, guys. Don't unnecessarily confuse. Okay. Now tell me, here I'm having the column like this. This column, what is this column is total bill. In this, automatically float values are there. Float is there means continuous. No need to discuss also. Float is there means continuous. This one also no need to discuss. This one, no need to discuss. Up to here, okay, fine. And these three of them are called as text. This is also not a discussion, which is categorical. Up to here, not a fine problem. Whenever we have a numerical column without decimal, here only main point comes. A numerical column, any numerical column consists of float values. It is called as continuous. Any numerical column consists of only int values. If any numerical column consists of only int values, it can be either continuous or it can be count also. Anything can be possible. When it is having the only float values, it is blindly continuous. When a numerical column consists of int values, it can be continuous, it can be count also. For this one only, we have to apply the logic. What logic? Interval is making sense or individual value is making sense. With an example, I am going to show you now. Now, tell me first, what is meant by size? What is the meaning of size here? First, tell me the meaning, because we'll not only decide based on the internal values. We should know what is the meaning of the column along with the internal values. It's a combination of both of them. It is not blindly, sir, here 2 on 3 are there, no sir. So I will consider this one as count variable now means no. I'll consider this one as continuous variables means no. Here whichever the numerical column is having the int values, that one you have to observe. What is meant by size? Size means number of people. Now tell me for this particular column, size means literally equal to number of people. Number of people came to that restaurant. Whoever has went to that particular restaurant. Now, for this particular column, float values are possible. Any 2.5, 2.2, 2.2 people has came, 1.2 people has came, 5.5 people has came. Any possibility is there? No. So there is never possibility of float. So this type of columns are called as count variables. A column where no float is possible, never it is possible, is called as float values. They are called as count variables. Point is clear? Sir, why sir? Why, for example, you ask the question 4.2 is possible. Not possible. I told you not possible. Why sir? Why that question? For example, only 3 records are there. Let's take a small example. 3 records are there. What is the average of this one? Assume this restaurant is not having these many transactions. Only 3 transactions. Only three transactions and only three people have done. And first person has paid this much amount, second person has paid this much, third person has paid this much. And only three are there. Now, what is the average number of people coming to this restaurant? What is the average? What is the average, miss? 2 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 3. That is 2 plus 2 plus 3. What is 2 plus 2 plus 3, miss? 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 3 is 7, which is equal to 7 by 3. What is the average, miss? 2.33. So 2.33 is the people coming to this restaurant. Is that making sense for you? Miss, we cannot apply the average. For count variables, average will not be applicable. Point is clear? For average, count will not be, for count variables, average is not applicable. Average will not make the sense for them. Points are clear? Understood. For example, instead of number of people, I'm writing here number of cars. One person have one car, one person will have 0 cars, one person will have 2 cars. 0 is possible, 1 is possible, 2 is possible, 5 is possible, but 4.2 cars will be possible, or 5.1 cars is possible? No. Or seven cars are there. Count only, na? How many cars, miss? Count. Now, if I take the average of this, sir, what is the average, miss? 7 plus 2, 9. 9 divided by 3. 3 cars is the average. Making sense only, no, sir. For example, you are having here, total you have got like this. Now, what is the average now? 8 by 3, which will not make the sense now. Point is clear. Understood the clearly now? Everyone? Yes or no? So the columns where you cannot apply the average, those columns will be considered as, sir, entry time. What are the entry time is there? As Vamsi is asking the question, entry time like hours, minutes, seconds will be there. What is this comes under, miss? It is time series variable. It is neither this is neither continuous, neither count. It is time series, which is related to date. Is the point is clear, guys? Understood? Everyone? Now, so this count, whenever you are having the int values only, this point is important. Sir, tell what one more example, sir. Okay, let us take one more example. Salary. First person is having the 10,000 salary. Second person is having the 20,000 salary. Third person is having 15,000 salary. Total 3 salaries are there. Right? Now, tell me, how many people are with the 10,000 salary is making sense? Or how many people are between 10 to 15,000 is making sense? Which one is making sense for you? Okay, don't see from the 3 records point of view. In a company, for example, TCS company is there. In the TCS company, around 10,000 employees are working. Now, for these 10,000 employees, what is the salary? What are the salaries there? The salary, we are having the data. Some people will get 4 lakhs. Some people will get 4.1 lakh. Some people will get 4.2 lakhs. Sir, 4.2, you are only saying no. It is continuous variable. For example, 4.2 lakhs I have told you. Directly if I write the number like this is 4 lakh. What are the 4 lakh? Second number is 4 lakhs 20,000. Third number is 4 lakhs 10,000. Something you are having the values. Some people will get 11 lakhs 25,000. Something like this. Now, what are the data you are having? Which one is making sense? Individual value or group? I mean, interval or individual value? Interval is making the sense, means what it is called as continuous variable. Simple. So when you have to observe whether it is continuous or when it is this one, means that only point is where you are having the this. Many students will confuse. Why that confusion and why I'm stressing this one like this, means the point is very simple, guys. When we are going to work in the next concept, many people in the blindly they are taking the discrete variable also into the continuous and they are doing the some kind of things. Okay, they are going to apply the some kind of work and they're confusing. Here only most of the students are confusing. And I have seen with the multiple projects where students are confusing between these two and doing in a wrong way completely. Now coming to the same way, we are having for the categorical also nominal and ordinal. Now, if there is no natural sequence, when there is no natural sequence, what are the natural sequences there? When there is no natural sequence between the categories, when there is no natural sequence between the categories, we call it as nominal. When there is a natural sequence means not your sequence. First, what is meant by categories? I told you the unique values. Now tell me, for example here, okay, in this data, what are the data I'm having here? Okay, in this data, first I'm going to tell you the unique values. What are the unique values here? Miss Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday. Total 4 unique values are there. In the pandas, if you write dot unique, you will get the same. Now 4 unique values are there. Is there any Thursday is greater than Sunday, Sunday is greater than Saturday, Saturday is greater than Friday? Can you tell anything like that? Sir, mostly Saturday will be more. No, sir. That is your opinion. Is there any natural sequence? Natural sequence means this one is greater than this one, greater than symbol or less than symbol, you have to apply. Or for example, tell me between in the gender, male and female is there. 2 categories are there. Can you say that male is greater than female or female is greater than male? No. So when there is no natural sequence between them, they are called as nominal. When there is a natural sequence, so tell with a small example. Okay, so here I'm going to take the example letters, English letters. English letters, we are having the A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, something like this. Okay, can anyone tell me any order is there between them? Means A letter is greater than B letter or B letter is greater than D letter, something like that? No. Now, for example, name of the persons. Name. One person name is Pavan. One person name is Prabhas. One person name is Kalyan. One person name is Ram. Something you are having. Now, can anyone tell me that Pavan is greater than Prabhas or Prabhas is greater than Kalyan? Something? If everyone knows that Prabhas is a better name when compared to others means everyone will keep Prabhas only now. There is no natural sequence between them. These are all just. Next, coming to the country names. Any name, whether it is country name, city name, anything, any name itself, it is called as nominal. Like country name, we are having the India, US, Russia, like this. Anyone can tell me which one is greater than which one? India is better than greater than US or US is greater than India. Anyone can tell? From the name point of view. Sir, US is greater than India, sir. From what? GDP wise. Who told GDP? From where you bought that one? Here just you have got the categories. What are the categories? India, USA, Russia. They are just names. Is this name is better than that or that name is better than this? Miss, nothing is there. Now come to this one. And I'm going to give the categories like this. Letters, grades. A, B, C, D. Grade. Now all the grades are same. A grade, B grade, C grade and D grade. Everything is same. Huh? No, right? There is a is better than B, B is better than C, C is greater than D grade. Right? Now, similarly, we are having one more example like social status. Some people are rich, some people are poor, or something will be there. Means they're based on their money. What are the money is there? Or something like this, shirt size. Let's take one more example like this, shirt size. What are the different shirt sizes are possible, miss? First one is XL, medium and small, XL, double XL, something you are having like this. Is there any order between them? Small is less than the medium, medium is less than the large is less than the XL, XL is less than the double XL. There is order. That is my order. For you, same order or different order? For you and for me, same order means it is called as natural sequence. person to person it is changing the order means it is not called as natural. It is created sequence. Natural means everyone should have the same order. Is the points are clear, guys? Now, why all these things we are discussing means in the next topic, whatever we are going to have now, in that particular topic, we are based on the type of the variable, type of encoding is there. For ordinal data, ordinal encoding is there. For nominal data, nominal encoding is there. Here, based on the type of the data, we have to do the different types of encoding. Is the points are clear? Exactly. What about the good, average, bad, and worst? So now tell me, according to you, which one is the least bad? Worst is when compared to worst, bad is better. When compared to bad, average is better. When compared to average, good is better. So automatically some sequence is there, Dharmendra. So automatically sequence is there means ordinal data. Is the point is clear? Now, so here crosstab is clear for everyone, and crosstab should be applied only on the which type of variables? Discrete categorical. Which are discrete categorical. Never involve the continuous variable. You have to apply between the discrete variables only. So discrete variables means either the count variable or categorical variable, but discrete variables. You have to go with the discrete variables. So that is the reason here I'm going to select the second column also education. Now, after this, next we are having the one more last one is called as group by. Now here is the data. Okay, what are the data I have done? Okay, here is our data. What are the data we are having? This is our Excel file. Now, tell me what is the average age of males? What is the average age of males? What is the average age? Or minimum age of males? Minimum. What is the minimum age of males? That is the question. What is the question? Minimum age of only males. I'm asking only the males, not the females. Similarly, I'm asking the question minimum age of females. Two questions. What is the so now first you are going to separate the male data. What is male data in this miss? 22, 23, 30. These are all the male along with the 25 with male. This is male. Now here in this, what is the minimum value miss? 22. Similarly for females, for the females 22 and 45, and age is, gender is female. Here the gender is male, 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 and gender is female and female. Now what is the minimum value in the gender male miss 22? What is the minimum value of female miss 22? How I have to get that one miss? Here I'm going to use the group by. Group by gender wise. Now in the gender, how many unique values are there? How many unique values are there in the gender? Two categories. What are the two categories? One is male and one is female. So it is going to separate the two groups like this. The first group consists of male, second group consists of female. Now in this group, I'm going to select the age column. In this group, within this group only age column I'm separating. Similarly, in this group also age column was separated. In the two groups, age column was separated, and in the each group I'm asking the minimum value. What is the female's minimum value is 22. What is the male's minimum value is 22 in each group separately. Now I'm asking the same way in the gender wise separation. Now I'm asking the maximum age. What is the maximum age within the males? 30. What is the maximum age within the females miss? 45. And I'm asking dot max. So females 45 and males is 30. So just first it is going to separate the two groups. When I applied the gender wise separation, each unique value one group. In that group separately, in this group separately. Two groups are created first. In the each group, I'm going to extract the age column separately. Means age of this group was separated, age of this group was separated. And from the each age column, I'm asking the maximum value. What are the maximum values there I'm going to get? So this is nothing but group by. group by function. Crosstab, group by filtering. Everything is clear? Now let us move on to the next and most important concept, which is called as data cleaning. Which one? Yeah, yeah. Guys, whoever has not written this one, please write now. Everyone, please write. Done? Everyone? Yeah, please make a note clearly. Yes, other than time series. Other than time series, guys. Third one is time, that is date related. Date and time is next one. Date and time is comes under different. The columns which are related to date and time. You referred my questions. So three categories. Yeah, exactly, Dharmendra. For your question only. Either numerical data will be there, text data will be there, or which is related to date and date time will be there. Only three will be there. These are the total three. Right? As these are all the part of structured data within the structured. Unstructured data, images, all this comes under unstructured. Images, videos, audios, emails, text, all this comes. I'm saying the data which is in the tabular format. A data which is in the tabular format. Done. Done. Now let's move on to the next one. Now next topic is most important, as I've told you earlier also. And for that particular topic, that is nothing but data cleaning. Now, yesterday you have written the steps involved now. In that, what is the steps you have written? Second step. What is the second step? Data understanding. In your second step, you have written the data understanding. And apart from the data understanding, okay, and data exploration and all these things are part of that. Now, coming to the third one, step three. In your steps involved project, what are the pipeline is there now? Within the pipeline, the third step. Now we are going to enter into the third step, which we call it as data pre-processing or data preparation. Data pre-processing or data preparation. This is the third one, step three. In that particular end-to-end project, this is the step three. So within this step three, that is data pre-processing or data preparation, here you are having the two. One is called as data cleaning and the second one is called as data transformation. Okay. So before giving to the mission, before giving to the mission to learn, okay. So whatever you do before to that, we call it as data pre-processing. Pre means before processing the data. Now here in the data cleaning, what we are going to do is we are going to treat the wrong data. What are the wrong data is the treat. For every treat, okay, for entire data cleaning, what we require is first identify. After identifying, from that we have to extract, that is separate. From that separation, we have to do the treatment. Total three. Out of which identifying and extracting, these two are the part of data exploration. Treatment is the part of data cleaning. Point is clear? So first, what are the problems you are having? First, you have to identify the problems. Identify the problem, separate those records which are having the problem. These two are the part of what? Data exploration. And finally, treating that one is part of data cleaning. So that is the reason I told you how to extract the data. Okay. Now, first you have to identify. What you have to identify? I'm going to write here first each and everything. Identify, extract, and do the treatment. Total three. Out of which first one is called as wrong data. Now for the wrong data, what you have to do? First identify whether wrong data is available or not. If available, separate them. Third one is treat them. Okay, what you have to do for the wrong data? First identify whether they are available. After identify, what you have to do? Separate them. Which are the wrong data are there? Separate them. Separate, extract or separate the data. Extract or separate. And finally, treat them. Apply, do the treatment. So treatment will, different options are there. What we have to do the treatment, I'll explain one by one. Second, We are also having the second one. What is the second one? Is wrong data type. Any wrong data type is there, miss? First you have to identify, separate, and do the treatment. Third one. Okay. This is second one. Wrong data type. Third one. Any duplicates are there. What do you have to do? First identify, separate, and do the treatment. And fourth, missing values. What are the missing values are there? Missing values. What you have to do with the missing values, miss? You have to identify, extract, and separate. And finally do the treatment. Fifth one, abnormal data. Whichever the abnormal data you are having, abnormal means too much of high values. First identify them, separate them, and do the treatment for them. When you separate only, you'll understand what is the problem and what to do. Sixth one, unimportant columns. Which are unimportant columns? We have to identify, followed by separate, and do the treatment. What treatment? We'll discuss. Identify and extracting are the part of data exploration. Treatment is the part of data cleaning. Right? Now, if wrong data is available, first one is wrong data. What treatment you are going to do for the wrong data? Okay, what are the treatment means? In the treatment, first option is replace with correct data. If you are having the original data with you, replace. For all the treatments in the entire data cleaning, in entire data cleaning, in what are the data cleaning you are going to do in entire data cleaning, the best option always first option. What are the first option is there? First option or best option is replace with the original data. Replace with original data is the first and best option. That is the best. Second options only. When we are unable to get the original data, only this one. So replace with the original data. From where you'll get that original data, miss? Backend team. You have to contact the backend team. Okay, we have to contact the backend team. Ask the backend team and try to get the original data and replace. For example, here student age. I'm having one in Naresh IT only. We have collected the data. One of the student age is instead of entering 22, they have entered 220. In the flow, data entry mistake. 220 they have entered. It is a wrong data. Now what I have to do with that? 220 is a wrong data. It is very clear. 220 year student is not there in my class. Okay, now it is a wrong data. What to do? What is the best option, miss? Contact that particular student, ask the age and replace with the original value. Now, sir, why to ask, sir? I will only replace, miss. See, whatever the numbers you provide, remember this one. Whatever the data you provide, what are the data? Data means the data will be in the number format only. Even the text also will be converted to number only. Whatever the data you provide, what are the numbers you provide, max will be applied. If you give the wrong data also max will be applied. If you give too much of worst data also max will be applied. Anything also max will be applied. But output only worst answers will be there. You have to provide the right data. To get the right answers, you have to provide the right data. If you provide the wrong data, for example, assume in the school days, I told this apple, instead of saying the apple to the students, I told this one is called as cat. A-P-P-L-E, called as cat. Everyone shout. A-P-P-L-E, cat. One more time, shout. If I say like this in my LKG or UKG, the student also will say cat only. Because it was trained like that. Point is clear. If I say that 1, This is called as 2. This is called as 3. If I say like this, what you will get trying? LKG student don't know what is 1, 2, 3, na? If I say this one is called as 1, this is called as 2, this is called as 3. If I say like this, what happens? They will say this one only. After going to home, if you ask write 2 miss, they'll write like this. Hey, that is not 2 miss. No, no, no. My teacher has told 2 only. Because they was trained in a wrong way. What student can do? Because they don't know anything now. They don't know anything. That is the reason they are sitting in the school. If they know everything, while they'll come to the school first. Point is clear. Similarly, whatever you are going to train with the machine, simply it will apply the max. Average, minimum value, max. It will apply some max. What are the max? Data, if it is wrong data, what machine can do? You have to provide the right data. That is your responsibility to provide the right data. Sir, I have given the wrong data, but machine only have to understand and he has to predict the original answer, miss? No. For the LKG student, if I say this is called as 2, 2 only. No, sir, it is not 2. It is called as 5. When the student will tell, if he knows already the answer, he will tell. If we don't know anything, what he will say? It is 2 miss 2 only. How they will say it is 5? They don't know, na? Point is clear? Everyone, understood? Similarly, what are the data you provide? ML will be applied. ML applied. ML applied means what is the meaning of ML applied means max will be applied literally. For everything, max only in the backend. Max will be applied. What is meant by max means? Addition, multiplication, that one only. Max means don't think big Fourier transforms or trigonometry or nothing. Just addition, subtractions, multiplication and division. Basic max. Okay. So the max will be applied in the backend. So max will can be applied. For example, if I'm having like this age of the student 22, 24, 19. What is the average age? You'll get something. Instead of this one 190 is there. Then also you'll get the average. 1900 is there. Then also you'll get the average. You have to provide the right data. That is your responsibility. Is the point is clear? So first, in the entire data cleaning process, which is the best option means replace with the original data by contacting the. So whenever you receive the wrong data, you feel the wrong data, first intimate to the backend team that I have received this type of data. Please cross check once. You have to contact. Okay. How, sir, miss? I'll explain one by one. Okay. Now, this is the first one. Second, this is the best option for all the cases, not only wrong data type, duplicates, for everything. For everything, for entire data cleaning, which is the best step, miss, this is the best option. If this is not available, first option, if first option is not available, only remaining options. If the first option is not available, for example, my backend team has told that there is no original data with us. What are the data I have shared to you, SRK? They have confirmed me like this. With that data only, whatever I can do, I will try. Once I get the confirmation, if the first option is not available, only remaining options. What are the remaining options? Means for treating the wrong data, two options are there. One is called as replace. Second option is called as remove. Sir, in which case, which one? That only I told you, na, common sense we have to apply. First, we have to separate the data. After separating the data, you have to apply the common sense. What is this? It is, it can be replaced or it has to be removed. You have to apply the common sense and then you have to decide. Okay, with an example, we'll discuss each of them. What is the treatment for the wrong data type? Treatment for the wrong data type is only one option is there called as convert. There is no other option. Only one option, convert. What is the treatment for the duplicates? How we are going to treat the duplicates? Means duplicates we are going to remove. Simply we are going to remove them. Treatment for the duplicates. Coming to the treatment, again for the treatment for missing values. What we have to do with the missing values means you have to either replace or you have to remove. Two options will come again. In the replace also, what are the options of replace? Already I told you, every concept, whenever you are having the multiple options, remember this, it's all depends on the data set to data. Every data is not the same. For example, in this class, now in front of me, some students are there. Do you think that other batch also same number of students will be there? I'm having morning batch. In that almost offline students, only 120 students are there. But now in front of me, how many students are there? Means 6 students are there. Every batch is not the same. Similarly, for example, now in this batch, some students are asking me the questions in the chat box. Do you think that every batch the students will ask me? Now in this class, I'm going to take the pandas 2 classes. Do you think that every class I'll take 2 classes or 3 classes? Is that fixed? Based on the questions. If more questions are asked by the students, means I cannot go to the further topic, na? It's all depends. Last week I have taken for you how many days of classes? 4 classes, Monday to Thursday. Friday, Saturday I have not taken the class. Only 4 days I have taken. Means for every batch I will take 4 only, or every week I will take only 4. It's all depends, na? Every data set is not the same. As I've told you, the entire data cleaning involves the common sense also. It differs from data to data. For your business problem, for this particular column, the column name along with the business problem, whether it is important or not important. According to that, it will be decided. Coming to the abnormal data treatment. What is the treatment we are going to do? Miss, either replace, remove, or keep as it is. We call it as retrain. Retrain means keep as it is. Don't modify anything. Sir, for example, I will tell you like this. With an example, I will tell you. I'm working with the Flipkart sales data. I'm having the date like this, Flipkart, and we are having the date something like this, and October month, some dates. And every day we are having the some crores, like 20 crore business, one day 20 crore, one day 10 crores, one day 15 crores. On one of the day, it is 55 crores, which is too much of high, or 155. Remaining days it is 20, 25, 10, 15, 16, 14, 14, 16, something is there. But one of the day, it is 155. Now it is a some comparatively abnormal data. When compared to normal days, too much of high value. Now what I have to do in this case means, first I'll observe the reason. Here they'll write the one more column, which is offer day or non-offer day. So here no offer. On the day no offer, yes. If there is S means yes, no means no, like this. Here they have written the big billion day. First day of the big billion day sales. 155. Really 155 was done. 155 crores of worth business was done on the big billion day sale, which is almost equal to 10 days of Flipkart sales will be done only on the single day. Now what I have to do with this? Should I consider as a wrong data and I have to replace with 10 or something? Or should I remove this one? I should not consider the big billion days for my analysis. Or what I have to do in this case? You tell me what I have to do. You tell me what I have to do. The question is very simple. What I have to do? Don't consider that sales, remove that one. One option. Second one is replace with 155 to a normal general day sales will be there na 15. Replace like this is one option. Keep that one as it is and do the analysis is one option. What I have to do in this case? Keep as it is and we have to do analysis. And clearly we have to say in our analysis, excluding the big billion day sales by including the big billion day sales. Like that we have to do the some work. So it's all depends. It's all depends, guys. Is the point is clear, guys? So if it is a genuine data, we should never remove it. For genuine data, we have to keep as it is. We should never remove it. Depends on the what kind of analysis we are doing. It's all the business problem, not what analysis, business problem. If they asked, what is the average monthly sales of October month? Now, automatically you are going to include this one, or without including this one, you are going to calculate means you want with include. If you show, automatically what happens means September month sales will be like this, October month average sales will be like this, November month and December month. Suddenly October month sales will be very high. This is September, this is October, this is November, and this is December. October month sales will be very high. Big number will be there. Why miss? It is included with kind of big billion days sales. Now what they are going to do means they are going to remove the big billion days sales, excluding the big billion days sales. What is the average? What is the average sales means? Automatically everything will be in the same level. So they are going to show both of them by including the big billion days sales, by excluding the big billion days sales. It's required means we are going to include both of them. If not required means we are going to do. All depends on the business problem. Along with that, here this one also important. What word we are working, what column name, what is the column name, what is a business problem. Some students will ask me the question like this. They'll not tell the data set, they'll not tell anything. Simply they'll say that, sir, in one of the column I got the some numbers, big numbers, sir. What to do, sir? What to do, miss? What I have to tell? Sir, in one of the column, missing values are there, sir. What to do, sir? What to do, miss? What I have to tell? Right, don't ask the question. In one of the column, missing values are there. In one of the columns, big numbers are there. Don't tell that one. Tell me the business problem. What is the column was given and what is the data was given. Sir, there is one of the, in the Naresh IT, student names are like this. Student name. In that one of the student name is missing. But other details are there. Like 25 age is there and his phone number is there. His mail ID is there. Okay. Something is there. But his name is missing. What to do, sir? Now I'll tell you what to do. So ask the backend team and say that for this particular phone number and this person, the name is missing. They are also told that that name is not available. Remove this. Then simply don't consider. Remove. So you have to tell me the business problem. You have to tell me the column name. And for that column and business problem, how they are connected to each other. Then we'll decide what to do. Point is clear. It is not blindly. Please, here the important point is don't ask me the question what to do if I get the missing values. For example, there is one of the column. Now tell me guys, one of the column is called as experience. Column name is experience. IT companies has received the resumes. In that one of the student has kept 1 year, one student has kept 1.5, one student has kept 2, one student has kept 0 years of experience, one person has kept 3 years, like this. One student has not given the experience. One person has given 1, 1.2, 1.26, something like this. One student has missed the experience. Tell me what I have to do. The person is not having the experience means what is the meaning? 0 years of experience. That is the meaning now. What is the meaning of experience was not given miss? One person has not filled the experience. Sir, in the flow they will forget. No, sir. Tell me one case like that where the experience they'll forget and apply for the companies. Without experience, anyone can apply. Is that possible? Tell me. If the person is really having 3 years of experience, but he has forgot to mention that one, is that possible reality? Experience only will give the money, na? How he'll forget that one? Highly impossible. Maybe, sir, his bad luck, he has forgot. Now what to do, sir? Obviously, it is companies also will forget now that one. For example, you have not mentioned the 3 years in the application form. What companies will do? This person knows the importance of this one, but still he has not given miss. In the flow he has done and clicked on the submit button. So in this flow only, in application only, in the flow he is there miss. After joining the company, what flow he will be there? In the same flow only, the process also will be completed with the wrong things. Simply those people will not get shortlisted also. In the phone call, one person will be there. We'll do the phone. And guys, are you having experience? Yes, sir, I'm having the 2 years of experience. But you have not mentioned here, miss. Sorry, I have forgot. Okay, done. Immediately they'll cut the phone. Give a try. If anyone wants to give a try. After the class, if any in this class experienced people are there, without giving the experience, share your resume. And the application form, resume will have. In the application form, don't mention the experience and share. In the resume, 2 years, 2 years it will be there. But in the application form, 0 years of experience will be there. Application means just in their website portal. Whatever you are going to fill in their portal, web portal, there. Application form is not offline application. Online, what are the web portal? There, one of the student has forgot. What happens means simply they'll reject. Though he is having 5 years, 10 years of experience also, they'll reject. These are one of the silly reasons of rejection. But here the point is, here any person is having the missing value, miss, what we are going to do, miss, we have to replace with the 0. Why, miss? The person is not having the experience, miss, 0 is of experience. This is one way. Second, ask the backend team, whoever the person is not have filled the experience, ask your backend team, okay, here SRK has not given the experience, please contact the SRK. So first you are going to separate the data. What data? Wherever the missing values are there, first you separate them. When you separate them, automatically this record will be separated. That record only you forward to the backend team. For these people, experience was not mentioned. Either they will call or simply they will say that leave it. Leave it means replace with the 0. Assuming as a fresher, and they will call if requirement is there. Is the points are clear, guys? It's all applicable based on the case to case. I'm not going to say that in every case we have to do in this way only. So this is the treatments, guys. Now coming to the last one, unimportant columns. What is the treatment for unimportant columns, miss? The treatment for unimportant columns is just remove them. For some of them, only one option is there. For some of them, multiple options are there. For which one multiple options are there, common sense is required. For which one option is there, blindly you can do that. No need of any discussion on that. Whenever you are having the multiple options, you have to apply the common sense. What is meant by common sense means how that column and business problem are having the relation. That you have to apply. You have to take one extra 1 minute time. Sir, in one of the column missing values are there, sir. In one of the column abnormal data is there, sir. In one of the column this one is there, sir. What that one of the column? That one of the column only is important. Column name is important. That column name and business problem. Is the points are clear? Please everyone make a note of this one. And from here we'll continue in the tomorrow's class and we'll do the data cleaning. And I'll explain with the multiple examples. Yes, that means first to find the reason behind that. After that, take the suitable action. Exactly. Right? Done, guys. We'll continue from here in the tomorrow's class. Everyone, make a note of this, all the options. For everything, identifying, separating the data, observing what is the reason, then you have to do the treatment. Without observing separately, never apply the treatment blindly. Except for this one, where you are having the single option, not a problem. For that, you no need to separate also. Blindly you can apply. Because that is the only option. There is no second option also. But for whenever you are having the multiple options, na, in that case. Bharat, Notepads we have to write. The running notes we have to write. Sorry. It will be recorded in the, obviously. How to process the other than CSV file with the delimiters. So, like a tab or something you are having, na? Then in the CSV, read underscore CSV, whatever you are having, Vamsi Krishna, only for you, not for others. First, you write the path and file name. After this, first argument was completed. Separator is equal to. What are the separator is equal to? That delimiter, whatever you are having, that delimiter you write here. If it is tab space means slash T. If the delimiter is this one means this one. If the delimiter is this one means this one. What are the delimiter is there? That we call it as separator. This point is only for the Leela Krishna, not for others. Because others you are going to learn that one in the further. I will show you that automatically. Done. We'll continue from here in the next class.